going on, guys? Welcome to J Powell Music. And we are getting close to this Shappin season, this season where we're going to spend a bunch more money just because we can, gosh darn it. And if it comes to guitars, this is the time of the year to really be checking out your eBays, your Amazons, because Black Friday deals are going to be coming. This video specifically is going to be pertaining to just some things to keep an eye on before these Black Friday deals are going to hit for the 21st through the 29th, I want to say. And if you're looking for a new guitar, if you're looking for a guitar to mod, things like that nature, I wanted just to do a quick video on just some brands to keep an eye out on prior to the deals dropping, just so you know what to shop for. For me specifically, IYV, that is the company, pardon the the rhyming there, that I'm really looking at personally. This is an IYV that you see here. This is West Creek, but IYV is the company I'm really looking at, just because my best guitar. Let me close this. This is counter confusing to what I'm saying, but IYV, the best guitar I have, arguably the best feeling guitar. Now, granted, I did do a lot of work on it. I changed out the electronics, or just the pickups rather, sanded it down, made sure there wasn't any uneven frets. I changed the intonation, made sure that was good. Did the truss rod adjustment, new tuners, put a lot of work into that guitar. But that's my favorite guitar to play. Out of all the guitars I have, it's probably the most comfortable. And it's an IYV guitar. So not all of the IYV guitars you have to do that, but if you know a little bit about guitars, just YouTube some shit, and make those adjustments. You can have a really solid guitar, comfortable, that's gig ready, that you can play at shows. Okay, so and for the IYVs, you kind of have to look almost like in the middle of the night, like almost nearing late at night, and check on Amazon. A lot of those guitars, they get restocked randomly in the middle of the night. Not joking. And I'm on the East Coast, and that's kind of been my experience, is that is when these guitars kind of get available to order. That's actually how I ordered the guitar that I have right now. It's my favorite. It was like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. It was available, and it was like $130 or something, like some ridiculously cheap price, right, for a guitar. And there's a couple of guitars I've been looking at for IYV. I wanted to show you what those guitars were. And it's not this West Creek. I'm debating whether or not I want to pull the trigger on this one. I want to say this used to be $219 when it first came out, and now it's already down to $169, $20 off coupon plus the 12%. Obviously, all these deals are subject to change. They could remove this shit in an hour, and I'll have to pay the other prices. But let me remove this tag here just because it's confusing. Actually, it might be just eye candy for you guys. There's a couple of guitars I'm looking at. So I'm showing you a couple IYV guitars that I'm having my eye on, that I think you should have your eye on as well. This guitar, I've been trying to find this guitar for a long time. It's probably been a little over a year. I remember when this was available, and unfortunately, I was too slow. I was too slow, and I wasn't able to pull the trigger on it. This IYV Les Paul shaped guitar, and this is kind of modeled after an LTD guitar, but the reviews on this are stellar. I mean, look at that. It's a binded body, right? Binded body. Looks like they did some sculpting, not sculpting, but sanding off the back, the neck there. And the reviews have been pretty solid on it. 4 to 4.15 out of the 5 is pretty good. IYVs usually get an average between 2 to 3s out of 5s, but It's just with IYVs, a lot of these guitars are coming from Vietnam, so you don't know what type of condition they're in or how they're stacked, how they're loaded. So a lot of times you do have to do work on it. Like I said, guys, the PRS style guitar that I got, well, you didn't know it was a PRS style guitar until I told you. But my favorite guitar to play is the IYV one. That one, out of the box, I had to do a truss rod adjustment. When I was putting new strings on it, it was dinging and buzzing and all over the place. I realized, oh, dang, the neck is like bowed, so I had to adjust it. But it was adjustable, and after fixing it, it's a badass guitar right now. A few of my friends who are very good guitar players, I had them use it at a jam session, and they were like, this is really good. So it's kind of affirming kind of the just, put some work into it and get a really nice, solid guitar. This one's currently out of stock, as mentioned. But this is like 158. Like, that's nothing. In the guitar world of paying for stuff, that is nothing. So keep an eye out on that one. I'm just going to show you the ones that I want. You might buy them faster than I will, but that just means you deserve it more than I do. This is another one. Solid style guitar, modeled obviously after a Gibson, the old school one with that. I'm not the biggest fan of that bridge, to be honest with you, but they do have an IYV bridge, standard, stop tail bridge. Is it called stop tail? You guys know what I'm talking about. Where it's like the Les Paul type bridge. That's not this, because I hear tunability on this isn't the best when it comes to that bridge. But point is, good solid guitar from what I've heard. And yeah, this has 4.3, right? So 190 again, not that much. Mahogany. I don't know if it's actual mahogany, but I have heard that is a solid IYV buy there. This has been one that I should have got. This is one that I didn't pull the trigger on it. I should have. I was kind of like, oh no, I have too many guitars. 133. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. And you got P90s on this guy. And it's almost like the same style as the other one. It's not like the neck is separate. It's all embodied together. And if it's mahogany wood and it's put together, you're going to get some really dope resonance. And I'm becoming a bigger fan of P90s. And the thing about IYV is that some of these guitars, they voice those pickups really well. You see it says Destiny CNC wound. They really do a good job of voicing some of these pickups. Like, for example, the orange guitar, which I think is no longer available on Amazon, the orange hollow body, I ended up selling it, but that was a great guitar, and those pickups were stock, and they modeled it really well after a classic 335, classic 57 humbucker. They did a really good job. It sounded very close. I won't say it sounded identical. It sounded very close. I don't know when this will be available, guys. I did a video on this one on my channel. Yeah, I bought it in May 2023. I was low on money at the time. I ended up selling it. But this is a pretty cool guitar, too. Kind of modeled after like a Charvel. 161. Again, in Guitar World, that's nothing. The only thing I didn't like about it, I was having some problems with tuning issues. I will be honest with you there, but the neck is great on this. Even if you were to take the neck off and put it on another body, it's a pretty solid neck. I really enjoyed the neck on the guitar. The body is heavy. Comparatively to other, guitar bodies, I would say it's heavy, in the heavy category. But yeah, then some of these are just really hard to find in general. Like this weird one, it actually has an acoustic bridge on it. It's got a pickup, and then it has a resonant hole here. 193, like that's nothing, which is crazy. This might be hard to actually. That's the only problem with a guitar like this. It's going to be a huge risk. I kind of wouldn't recommend buying a guitar like this that has like the acoustic stuff in its IYV. It's just, when it comes to being able to fix certain things on guitars, just go with an all electric guitar. You have more control over fixing those things. Like this one, I wouldn't buy an acoustic. I hear a lot of people, they have a lot of problems with it. And obviously with acoustic, there's only so much you can control. This is another one. similar Les Paul style, but it's more in the traditional, or more traditionally designed as far as with the stop tail. This is definitely modeled off of an LTD as far as that 3 volume. And it looks like it's a slightly thinner profile as far as to the neck there. Look at that neck, the side of the neck there. Wow, look how thin that is, guys. Look how thin that is. So this is going to be a solid buy too if you guys find it. 187. So I have a theory. The reason I'm showing you're probably saying, Joe, why are you showing me all these guitars that are not in stock? The point of this video is that I think some of these guitars will be in stock, but they will be early into the night stocked. And by the time you wake up for some coffee, they're going to be gone. This is a bass guitar that I've been waiting for a long time, almost a year, if it was going to be available. And it hasn't been available yet. It still says temporary out of stock. So usually when something is like, guys, we're done, they either take it off of Amazon, or they say, we don't know when this is going to be back in stock. This just says temporarily. So eventually they will put this back in stock, but I've been wanting this bass guitar for a long time because I'm like, God damn, that looks beautiful. And it's just been speaking to me, It's an active bass. See, you got the 9-volt battery you got to put in there. I don't like that it's a square at the end there as far as for where the neck plate, where the neck is binded. I wish there's some curvature there. That's slightly annoying, but everything else looks beautiful on it. So we shall see. And again, 163 in Guitar World, that is nothing, as I've said. So yeah. So definitely IYV. This is kind of an IYV video. Definitely, I would say. And I guess give me some of your thoughts on just some IYV guitars you guys like. If you haven't, let me know if you've heard of them. Not really heard of them until you've watched this video. What are some guitars that you are looking at potentially for some Black Friday deals that are going to show up here on Amazon? It would be nice if this guitar, stepping away from IYV just a bit, it'd be nice if this was on sale, because this is kind of modeling after the Ibanez Prestige series. This guitar just came out though, so I doubt it's going to be on sale any more than it is right now. They just released this guitar and it looks beautiful. I would like this blue one actually, but I digress. Anyway, that is going to be this video here today. Again, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on some of these vids here, or on some of these guitar, Black Friday deals you may potentially pull the trigger on. Again, J Powell Music. I'll catch you guys next video. Thanks a lot.